Yeah, we'll just got a lot of good stuff today. So, but I gotta start by like talking about my weekend because like it was pretty epic. It was awesome. So Rachel brought me out, like no kids, nothing. It was just her and I, and she planned this trip to like go to Carmel, and like but Carmel Valley, not Carmel by the sea. Oh. And I had never been to Carmel Valley. Like I've been working in the Central Coast since I was 20 years old or whatever. And never been to Carmel Valley. It's like an extra 20-minute drive. It's a beautiful spot. It's kind of like a little like cowboyish down there. But
is that where you got the hat?
Fuck you. No, dude, I fucking made this. Yeah.
We'll get back to that later.
Don't be jealous.
Tell me about like.
I know I'm flossing today. Flossing a bit.
Like Carmel changed you, bro. You're like cowboy now. All right, go ahead.
No, so we went to this place called the Bernardus Lodge, and if like anybody hasn't been there before, like it's a great little weekend trip if you're in like NorCal or even SoCal. So we were just like relaxing time, like awesome restaurant, awesome spa, like great everything. So like my back's been like killing me since like December. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get a massage, and I haven't had a massage since I don't know, like a year. And so book a massage, and so the morning, like Saturday morning, I'm like, I'm gonna step this up a little bit. Like I've never been high while I got a massage, and so I had breakfast, and then Rachel's like, I pull out the gummies, and Rachel's like, "You're gonna take gummies right now?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting a massage." She's like, "I don't think it's a good idea." I was like, "I'm gonna lay there and get a massage. Like I think I'll be like totally in tune with my body, right?" And so I took a couple, and then took a booster afterwards. So like. Just
wait, is this like fucking? Why does this sound like? Wait, is this like COVID or something? Like fucking shots? You took a booster. You gotta take like gummies, and then you gotta take a booster.
Like right before the massage, I wanted to make sure that I was still like it wasn't gonna dissipate. So like I took a little more. And so I go into this massage, and it was fucking epic. Like, and I was like focusing on my breathing, and the massage therapist, she's like, "You're really great at receiving this massage." And I'm just thinking in my mind, I'm like, I am high as fuck, and this feels great. So, yeah, it was good though. Yeah.
So she was like, how's the pressure? Was it just it was always good?
I like I'll let it go as deep as you can go.
Oh,
yeah, I'm like that.
It's like deeper. She was just She could have just laying into you.
But she was also like talking through the massage a little bit and like explaining what she was doing. And she's like, it's not always about just going as deep as possible. You got to like listen to the muscles. And she was like really in tune with all that shit. She was like one of the best massage therapists I've ever had.
Oh, nice.
And it was good. So my back actually feels better. And I finally got my MRI.
Wait, but hold on a second. Was it CBD that you're doing, or what's the mixture, or like what was the weed stuff that you're doing?
No, the gummies were each like 2 or 3 milligrams THC, and then I don't know, but I mean, you bought them for me.
Wait.
They were the Caminos. That was like my Christmas present from you. I got. Yeah, but I gotta tell everybody out there, dude. So
I'm not in.
Chris comes over and brings this Christmas basket, and it's fucking like all of these different options of weed, and the best snacks, like those nerd ropes. Those things are amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
So I don't know what the fuck I took. I just know that I had like 2 or 3 milligrams of THC per gummy, and I took a handful of those.
What? Was the can green?
Yeah, it was a green one.
Oh shit.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. How many did you take?
I think it was like 4 or 5.
Oh damn, dude! Are you sure you actually really got a massage, or you were just in your
bed
bed the whole time imagining this whole fucking thing, and then you became a cowboy?
But that was over like a 2-hour period.
It changed.
And this is the funniest part. So like that night, Rachel's like, "Maybe I'm gonna take a gummy tonight. Like just go to sleep." I took all the fucking gummies.
Yeah.
She like opens the can up. She's like, "You ate all these?" Like, I was getting a massage. I don't know what to say.
Nice. We had a good time, and you became a cowboy. What's up? Can you tell me what? I'm sorry, but
dude,
for people that can't hear, like, Liz. I mean, if you can't see,
I know,
this hat though it looks pretty unique. This
dude,
cowboy
I love cowboy hats. Like I've got I'll call it a little collection. But I like when you can like make your own. I mean, you can go buy like I've got some nice looking ones that are like traditional. Some that are like a little more hipster, and then these things are just like more custom. So like this thing, I like cut a little V out of the front.
Can I see it? Can we take it off? I can see it. You got a fresh cut under there?
Got a fresh cut. She even cut my from my eyebrows
Oh yeah.
because my eyebrows grow too much hair, unlike yours, dude.
What are you guys
do you want
talking
to talk
about my
eyebrows?
eyebrows? We said this when we signed a contract about this podcast. There was only a couple things that we could not talk about anymore, and that was the eyebrows, bro.
I'll try to be cool with them.
No, we did talk about it. I'm still using the serum. I gotta get back on it. Yeah, well, the serum, remember?
Yeah, I know.
We did talk about this earlier in the podcast.
Yeah, we talked about this like episode.
If you didn't know that,
one of the first.
Joe called me out that I have. We were at a dinner party. Okay, before we go to this, I just want to say how much of a dick you are. We're at like a dinner party, and there's just like all these like groups of people there and stuff like that. And so we're having fun and like games, and we were playing cards and stuff and like everything like that. And then you're just like, yeah, it's kind of like with Chris not having eyebrows.
I hit I struck a real strong chord with you.
Not in the moment. I
didn't realize how self-conscious you would be about it.
Dude, because we grew up together, dude. You knew how long it took me to even grow a mustache.
Yeah.
Okay. It didn't start even happening until my 30s.
So wait, I just got into your head a little bit, and then
but it didn't.
And then you were like looking in the mirror like later that night when you're going to bed. And you're like, "Fuck, Joe's right. I don't have eyebrows." And then you start thinking about it.
No, but in the moment I like took it. Like you wouldn't even known in the moment. I was like, yeah, whatever. But you're right. And then I took that serum, dude.
It works.
Shit. Dude, I'm so glad there's serum out there for people like us. If you are worried about your eyebrows,
challenge,
don't let dicks like this put you down.
The brow challenged.
MD brow. It's gold. It's on Amazon.
What is it called? Empty brow.
MD.
Oh,
brow. No, it's like big D.
Empty brow would be
massive.
Like more descriptive of your eyebrows.
It's gonna give you BBE. All right. Big brow energy.
All right. So, okay, I'm gonna jump into this hat though.
Yeah, jump into the hat. Get off my fucking eyebrows.
This is one of my classier, crazier hats. So yeah, I got this is actually a rattlesnake vertebrae.
Holy shit!
Yeah, because
a rattlesnake vertebrae wrapped around the rim of it.
I've got a bear's claw.
You have a bear's claw. All this stuff is custom that you put on it, right?
Yep. Got a hawk feather. You got these two turquoise.
You have a bear claw on there?
Yeah. And then you got these turquoise arrowheads, and then a little knife with a magnet that holds it in place.
Oh, that's
I don't know if that's a good idea though, because if I accidentally crash or fall in the wrong direction.
Can I see the knife though?
Yeah,
would you actually?
It's pretty sharp.
It is pretty sharp. Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to check the sharpness, why don't you put your hand on the table and try to jab it through?
Oh, do one of these things?
But no, so I think the hats are kind of cool, but they're fun to tweak and customize and everything. So this thing, I cut a little chip out there and then blew some fire on it. I actually did that because Rachel has a similar hat. We did that to her hat the same day, and just
And so, where's this? Where'd you get this hat?
I got the hat in. I think this was in Wyoming where I bought the hat. Anyways, yeah.
Nice.
I think you got to have a gun on there.
I like it. And a gun. You got a little gun. And that bear claw. Yeah. There was a little cocaine in that
we still haven't done an introduction yet.
Oh.
The bear, yeah, we got to do the bear. Yeah, got to have the bear claw. Yeah.
Wait. Oh, an introduction. Yes. Can we ever do this? Okay.
Welcome to Go With Your Palate. The podcast about.
I don't even know what I was doing. I don't know. I was gonna try to beatbox.
It looked like you were. Dude, can you do this? Do it again. If you can't see him, it looked like he was sucking dick.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, it was like.
Chad, you were on me. Were you not me on there? You were on me. I got the. No. We gotta change it. Can you change that shot? Anyways.
It was good. That was good. That was a good representation.
I was trying to. Dude, why is everything? If I just put my hand up to my mouth, why you always have to go it looks like you're sucking dick? Why couldn't it be? Dude, this could be like a call, cuckoo. You know what I mean? I could be making a horn.
You are so not helping your cause. Just stop.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting some great visuals right now.
Shit! Yeah. This. What is wrong with you guys? Fuck.
I'm going to pour a glass of wine while we do the introduction.
Okay, wait. Do the introduction. Okay, pour it. Okay.
All right. I'm Joe. This is Chris. And this is our podcast.
Yes.
Go With Your Palate, where we talk about...
wine.
Entrepreneurship.
And whatever the fuck else.
Hell yeah. All right.
Hell yeah.
Welcome back to episode... I don't remember where we're at. Were you 15?
Yeah. In case you don't know, Joe Wagner is an influencer on TikTok. Joe the winemaker. And I'm just Fat Mario. All right.
And Fat Mario, yeah. All right, well, I poured us a glass of the Napa Valley Quilt, fabric of the land. It's our red blend, so just so people know what we're drinking. So this is a big, heavy monster of a blend.
I see what
Petite Syrah based. Yeah, we got the whole lineup here. We could talk about Quilt for a minute because
Yeah.
there are a lot of stories, but I know we wanted to talk about the brand because this one really did kind of like just it evolved so quickly, and it started out with a very simple philosophy, and now it's like it's out there. It's in a bunch of restaurants. People are loving it, and like that's the way that that's what makes me proud. Like when people are enjoying the wine and like give you feedback where it's like, yeah, this makes my night better. This makes my food better. Whatever it is, you're like, yeah, good, man. I'm making everybody's life a little bit better. Like that's what we try to do at Copper Cane.
Yeah, and you're always good. Like I like how everything has such a great story to it, and I think Quilt is a great one. You have a great story to do because first of all, it's Napa Valley, man. This is this is your hood. This is where we grew up.
It is the hood.
You are from the streets here.
Yeah.
Like you've been all these AVAs.
The mean streets of St. Helena, right in Napa Valley.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Dude,
is our own
me.
kind
I don't
of
think
ghetto.
people know. Like I talked about it, dude. You know what I mean? Like if you stepped in the wrong vineyard, you get corkscrewed, bro. Don't step into Zinfandel, dude. If you're Cabernet.
Yeah, you don't want to kick up any dust, man. Growers will get mad if you kick up dust. Like, dude, I had actually when I was a kid, I was on a motorcycle. I was probably like 12, and somebody chased me out of a vineyard though. Like over in Rutherford.
Yeah.
Because we were being assholes. It was like me and like 3 other kids, and we were all on motorcycles, and we were kicking up dust. And for anybody that doesn't know, like dust has the ability to put dust mites in your vineyard, and then they consume parts of the leaf, and then you end up with this kind of like reddish, yellowish, brownish color, and it kind of like it eliminates the ability for it to properly go through photosynthesis, right?
Yeah.
So it can be a big problem. So that's why you'll see like 5-mile-per-hour signs in vineyards because people don't want dust being kicked up.
Yeah.
So there's that. Anyway, so back to my story. So we were like running through these vineyards in Rutherford, and all of a sudden these 2 dudes in like a white Bronco show up. This is before OJ, okay? This is white Bronco before OJ. So there's something up with white Broncos. And these 2 guys, like bearded.
Why does it matter if it's before? Never mind.
It does for because the cosmos is telling us that I don't fucking know, but like there's something with white Broncos.
Okay.
It says I do cocaine and hurt people. I think that's. But that model
is
though,
that
like
they should bring that back with a new commercial for white
yeah.
Broncos. That should be their motto. They're like, you like to hurt people, do cocaine.
Like I know you drive a Ford truck from time to time, and I'm really sorry about that. There you go.
Oh wait,
there's the white Bronco, the classic.
Wait, is that the model? Is that their motto now? They're like,
yeah,
that's the O.J. Simpson model.
That's the O.J. Simpson model. All right, so
okay,
I'm in like a vineyard row, and I've got this guy Zach with me. You remember Zach? I don't think I should say his last name, but
wait, if you do it, we could bleep
it rhymes
out.
with.
Oh yes,
okay,
thank you. Yes.
So anyways, so he's with me, and so these we stop. These 2 guys like get out, and back then like the vineyards were like way higher, so you could like walk underneath them. You had to like crouch down. And so we stop, and they stop and get out, and they start walking to us, and there's like 10 rows between us. And I'm like, can I help you with something? Or no, I said, are you looking for something? And they're like, yeah, we're looking for you.
Oh shit.
And I fucking froze. And like, then Zach actually, he was like right next to me. He grabs my hand and hits the gas. And so like, and then we both take off.
Yeah.
And just leave it in a cloud of dust. We go back to his house because he lived like down by those vineyards, and hide the motorcycles, and then just fucking hide inside. We were like thinking like these dudes were like child rapists. So
yeah.
I mean, no, like that.
And that was no. I mean, it's funny that you said that because I feel like that was a boom when we were growing up. Like that was the scariest fucking shit.
It was.
If anyone came,
and your parents scared the shit out of you about it. It's like you're in a fucking grocery store in St. Helena, and your parents are telling you like, you stay by my side because people will take you.
I almost got snatched from a grocery store.
We'll go
back to that.
Yeah, I want to hear that story again. I don't remember it fully, but yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, anyways, turns out it was the dudes that work for the tasting room of that vineyard. And they were told to go out and find us and stop us from kicking up dust. So we were just being little assholes. And then we thought it was like child rapists. But yeah, anyways. So learned my lesson by getting the shit scared out of me. All right. I want your story, though, now. Almost, because that is true. You almost got kidnapped from a grocery store.
I did. Well, and that was locally. So that was like in the local Safeway. And it was like, I don't know. I think it was like 7. Or so, and it was just like during an
That's
aisle,
so
and
hard to
some
believe.
guy tried to grab me in the aisle because I strayed away. Like my mom was like ahead of me, just picking out or whatever, and like turned a corner, and then this dude like grabbed me, and I just kind of like just did like a quick kind of like I was like slippery then too. You know, I was skinny as hell. I was like,
Yeah.
I was really wiry.
You're with the.
try to grab me, dude.
It's
No
what
way,
the
dude.
LGBTQ community would refer to as an otter. You're an
Yeah.
otter, and I'm
she
a bear.
always taught me, and this is the thing too. My mom always taught me to moisturize. To this day, I'm like really happy about it because I was always fucking slippery, bro. I was like just getting that skin because anyways, and so good thing because it saved my life, I think. But so then I got away and I ran up and I found my mom the next time and I told her, and then she went and they closed down the whole Safeway, like right there in the moment, like no one could fucking leave.
Yeah.
So I actually, if you were in a hurry that day or whatever, could you imagine? And then they like shut you down. They're like, no. And then they like did this whole kind of, like I think they had like some kind of security, like go around, or they did this kind of swoop or like just like looking for this guy because I told them what he looked like.
Yeah, but he was already gone.
And he was already gone. So then that was it. I mean,
Man.
that was basically, he got away. And then
that's crazy.
I got some extra sugary cereal.
That would have been
then,
like
and
the
I was
first time
"Mm,
that's ever
cool."
happened in St. Helena too.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that? Like, that's people are just fucked up.
I mean,
But I mean, I think it's kind of funny if you think about it, because he probably looked at you and you were pretty small for your size until you like hit
Yeah.
like 16, 17,
yeah.
or pretty small for your
Well,
age.
I mean, yeah.
And then you fucking grew up and whatever, I don't know. You had like delayed puberty, but I'm just thinking like this dude's in there and he's like looking
You see
at
how he fucking slips his in, dude? My whole fucking life, he does that all the time. It's like delayed puberty, no eyebrows.
But
Dumb as shit.
you were always moisturizing, so he's probably looking at you like this little morsel that's pre-lubricated.
Glistening.
He's like, oh yeah, I want this one. He smells like Lubriderm.
It's glistening in that fluorescent Safeway lighting.
But yeah, I mean, St. Helena is like by and large an extremely safe community. Like there's been one murder in our lifetime. I think there's been 2 murders in St. Helena. Actually, Art, can you look that up? I think there've been 2 murders in St. Helena since the town has been established.
It's unreported. There's nothing's happening in
go.
St. Helena.
So basically, the fact that somebody tried to abduct you as a 7-year-old child from the St. Helena grocery store, like that might have been like one in a trillion chance.
Well, also, I mean, like I watch a lot of crime podcasts and stuff like that. I mean, there's drifters. There's drifting.
I imagine he's probably going from like Santa Rosa to Vallejo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just on a little trip.
I'm just on a little trip.
I'm gonna stop by Safeway, try to pick up something.
I need some milk. It's
I
a
need
really
some
hot day.
I guess I'm oh, it's this. All right, but hey, back to how about let's get back to some
The wine?
sunshine wine. Wait, okay, real quick, because so Quilt, the story, right? Everyone just wants to know the Quilt. The name comes from when you look down at the Napa Valley, right? It looks like this beautiful quilt.
Yes, the patchwork, like
patchwork.
So Napa Valley is one of those unique areas. We have an ag preserve, which is awesome. So it kind of keeps everything in agriculture, and you have minimum sized parcels in the ag preserve. So it creates this beautiful kind of overview of a patchwork that looks like a quilt. And every part of the valley is, it's got its own different style of beauty. But the philosophy with Quilt was to take that patchwork and work with different appellations within Napa Valley to create this cohesive Quilt-style cab, right? So we saw great success with that right off the bat. We started experimenting with other things. So now we got the Chardonnay, we got the Reserve Cabernet, we've got the Fabric of the Land, which we're enjoying right now. And I haven't had this in a while. I fucking love this wine. Just did the Sauv Blanc, which was our first Sauv Blanc. And then we got, what did I miss? The Chardonnay? Yeah.
No, and
the thread count.
Thread count.
So thread count's gonna be the newest one, and that this is our everyday. Like this is the entry level. This thing's like we're going for like a $20 knock your socks off, stellar bottle of red, and we just launched that like 2 months ago, and it's been really well received.
Hell yeah! I mean, like, and so with the I was gonna say also with the Sauvignon Blanc. So this Fumé Blanc.
Yeah. So sorry, we call it Fumé Blanc.
Yeah.
It is technically the same variety, and there's no real regulation about what Fumé Blanc is.
Yeah.
But historically speaking, Fumé Blanc would differentiate itself by being barrel aged and maybe having a little Semillon blended in. and that's what we do. So if you say Fumé Blanc, it could just be a marketing term, but if you want to be true to the history of what Fumé Blanc's intention was, it was kind of a rendition or a different style of Sauvignon Blanc, but it was predominantly just Sauvignon Blanc.
Got it.
Yeah, so that's the difference. So yeah, we do a Fumé Blanc. This is barrel aged. We got a little bit of Semillon in there. It's just light, bright, crisp.
But when you're talking about the marketing term, like you would only use this for the varietal of Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh yeah,
to say Fumé Blanc.
It's actually classified under as a Sauvignon Blanc alternative.
Got it.
So think about one of the shittiest varieties ever to grace the face of the earth, right? Pinot Gris. Right? It's like garbage. I don't even know why it's a variety still.
Can we bring up some of the most popular Pinot Gris?
We've already didn't we already look at Pinot Gris? I mean, I thought shit, and we looked at it. It looks like dead rats on a vine.
You said it looks like dead rats on a vine.
Yeah.
And then,
It's fucking brown. Like, how do you make good wine that it doesn't even taste? It doesn't have character to it.
Yeah, that's like you have you don't like that with a passion.
Oh yeah, that's like I don't drink vodka because. Vodka, if there was a trace amount of alcohol in pig shit, you could distill that pig shit and make vodka. Okay? Right? Am I wrong?
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
But there's a lot.
Anyway, so Pinot Gris can also go by Pinot Grigio.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, that's another thing.
So
okay,
if we grew Pinot Gris here in California,
I think you are. Maybe we shouldn't show these actually right now because he's on a rant.
No,
like he's just going off on it while we're just like, we're
going back to the legal names of shit.
Yeah, no,
right?
but go back to this is important. I want to know about this too. So why?
So you can plant Pinot Gris or Pinot Grigio. It's not like a clonal thing. You can label it as plant it as Pinot Gris and label it as Pinot Grigio. You could do different bottlings and call it, by the different allowed names. So that's there, and there's a lot of renditions in all names like that. So like Mourvedre, you can also call it Mataro, because that's a word for the Spanish word for Mourvedre, which is the French word for the variety. Pinot Noir, Pinot Nero.
Really?
Yeah. So all of there's a bunch of different things you can that it's the same variety, just a slightly different name. So, like if you buy a Pinot Noir from Italy, it's probably going to say Pinot Nero.
So have you ever been in a situation where someone may treat that as a different varietal because they don't know, in the wine world, if they're like, okay, you don't like Pinot Gris, but you got to try this Pinot Grigio.
I have not encountered that, but I bet you that shit's happened. And that's where sommeliers come in. I'm about to go on another fucking rant.
I bet you that's what happened. What was it?
Oh, I'm sorry, miss. You don't enjoy
Pinot
Gris.
You sound like Jovel from Wine Text.
So, I have an idea. If you still try a new white, I have this new variety. It's very fancy. It's called Pinot Grigio. And it only costs 3 times as much.
You really? I know.
I'm only doing an 8 times upcharge. Yeah. Fucking Psalms.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Don't buy this from how do you say Finney? He said it. I remember he butchered his name too. It's like you're talking about
Dave Finney?
Yeah, but remember he was forgot what he said. He's pronounced his name wrong. He was talking about haystack. Get haystack instead of Camus, and there's coming from the same vineyard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyways, I don't want to get on a tangent on that. We did it on the last podcast, but I guess maybe it's gonna become something that you're always gonna get heated because this is a thing that just pisses us off for growing up here. People come up here and try to tarnish the families that have been here for a long time, grinding and fucking making a name for themselves.
Yeah.
And then trying to say oh, you need to buy this thing that you may have not heard of, but I'm actually promoting on the side or whatever, getting kickback. Who knows?
Yeah. No, it is.
Yeah.
It's a systemic problem within the wine culture, and you could always make a joke about it. What do you call 1,000 sommeliers at the bottom of the ocean?
Oh shit! This is gonna get dark. What?
A good start.
Oh my god! All right. So I love how the Quilt has this beautiful story.
Sorry, I threw a little words into that one. All right, let's go back to Quilt.
So the part of Quilt, right, is is not only with that story, but it's also showcasing that you're pulling. So, for example, if we're talking about the Cabernet, right? The fruit here is coming from different vineyards throughout the Napa Valley.
Yeah,
These
so
different AVAs.
So different AVAs, which are all, like appellations, are formerly called AVAs. So we work with 7 of the AVAs for the Quilt in particular. So we're not going like to the outskirts. We're taking kind of the main ones that I think really resemble like the true original Napa Valley Quilt Cab. So you got like the mountain regions of Howell Mountain and Atlas Peak. I prefer the east side hilltops versus the west side hilltops, and that's just a personal preference. So you've got like, you know, Mount Veeder, Spring Mountain on the west side of the valley, and then you got, you know, appellations like Howell Mountain and Atlas Peak, and they're a little brawnier, a little bit like drier, a little dustier, really tannic, and then that needs to be balanced out with like something softer. So then you start looking at areas that are warmer, like Calistoga and St. Helena, which are valley floor and valley like the foot slope of the hills. So well-drained soil is what we always look for, and so those really kind of like soften up these really tight tannins, and so you get these really kind of drab characters that might also not be very pleasant on their own. Like it could be almost out of balance, too drab. And then you work with other areas like Coombsville, which is one of my favorite appellations in a hot year, like fucking awesome wines, but always balanced, great like minerality. Oak Knoll and Rutherford, like that's kind of where our wheelhouse is and what we're working on. And there's a great map.
Oh,
thank you.
awesome! Thank you, Art.
Yeah,
thank you.
So we don't generally work with Yountville. We do with a little bit, like for some of the red blend components for Fabric of the Land. So like Merlot. A lot of the soils are a little heavy. Somebody's gonna get pissed off. I'm gonna say that.
Wait, were they gonna get pissed off?
I generally don't really like the soil types in Yountville as much.
Oh shit! Oh no.
They can be a little heavier, a little clay. Oak Knoll, there's a lot of areas, and that's not like I'm not like over. I don't want to like overstate this like this for everything. Like there are great areas in every appellation. Charles Valley gets a little too hot. You can see Howell Mountain there in Atlas Peak, and then
can this be like for varietal as well? Like when you're
definitely.
talking about like the different areas and soil, like we're talking about Cabernet right now, but like if you were talking about a different varietal that could be actually prosper better.
Yeah, I mean, so if you scroll down just a little bit more, you're gonna see Los Carneros right there, right? So like you're gonna have a real challenging time if you're gonna try and grow Cabernet in Carneros. It's just too cool. It's too close to the bay. It gets too much of a maritime influence. So you're generally gonna see like Pinot Noir and Chardonnay thriving down there. A lot of people planted Merlot, and a lot of that's come out because Sideways just fucked Merlot. But I also don't think it was the proper planting. Like if you got Carneros land, like you can make some amazing Pinots and amazing Chardonnays. That's like where we have the Yulin Loch Vineyard, and some of our Chardonnay comes for the Quilt comes from that. But yeah, everywhere is different. You look at like Petite Syrah, like the base for the Fabric of the Land. The majority of that Petite Syrah comes from Calistoga, because if you have a hot climate like Calistoga and a really big varietal with a lot of tannin, like Petite Syrah has a shit ton of tannin, then you're going to be able to kind of pull that tannin down a little bit by rounding off with an overripe style of Petite Syrah, and then we work with other blenders to bring it into balance. So yeah, that's my quick summary of the appellations of Napa Valley, and it's a special place, man, and I love it here.
You brought
I don't like the politics of the people sometimes, but
okay, well, what the fuck?
Today we have Chris. We've said the word of the day, politics, and for that we celebrate. So congratulations, you win a cookie.
When did that happen? Or what the fuck was that? That was a good surprise there, Art. I didn't even know we had the abilities to do that in here. Okay.
You left us to our own devices, so.
That was a first. But I liked it, actually. That'll be the thing. I was gonna say that.
So go ahead.
Well, you mentioned Merlot, and I think this is important thing to mention is that. So, do you like Merlot?
I do like Merlot.
You do like Merlot.
I especially like it as a blender, but I've had there's some amazing standalones also. Like
which you're going to be having a standalone through Quilt, aren't you not?
We're doing like a little bit. So like, and that's not going to be like every year.
Yeah.
But it's something that if we can do in the tasting room and that sort of thing, then yeah, we'll do it. But like, when there's like an exemplary wine that we want to showcase, we'll definitely take part of that and bottle it on its own, and then the rest will be blended into like for that in that case, the rest will be blended into the fabric of the land.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's some great Merlots. The only real varietal I think that just doesn't do well anywhere is Pinot Gris. I mean, that's
Back to the Pinot Gris. Could you ever? Because I've also seen that you have your favorites. And another point I was going to try to make is I know there's some wines that you probably don't care for that much, or I should even say like styles. Like when we go like with Taylor Lane, you know, you did it in a Burgundian style.
yeah.
And
well, I don't like using that term. It's better than Burgundy. It's as simple as that.
See how you're already good, but you know, like
that's another fucking.
But you don't
song.
like okay, but would you?
It's done in a Burgundian style. I think you're going to love it.
Hold on a second.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Hold on a second though. Isn't that on the site though? Doesn't it say that on the Belglass site when it's talking about Taylor
I will
Lane?
say it's more
Burgundian
traditional.
style.
I didn't write that fucking copy.
Bart, bring it up. Wait, is it on
Dude, if it's on there, I'm calling the marketing team after this. I will call them.
I might be wrong.
I will call them right now.
If I'm wrong, but
okay, so it's more traditional style.
Okay, whatever. The more traditional style, which you even said that it wasn't something that you really like, right? That style, but you made it because other people like it.
No, I made it because that's what the vineyard told me to do. I don't mean that, like the vines weren't like, hey, Joe, I got an idea. It was like we were battling that vineyard all the time to get ripe. And like you got it. So think of it this way, okay? You've got like 3 vineyard designates under Belglass. And they all got the red wax. They all say Belglass Pinot Noir. And then in little writing on the bottom, there's a vineyard designate.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like, we realized a lot of people don't even pay attention to that. They're just like, oh, it's Belglass. I like that wine. I'm going to buy it. And so they were buying like Clark and Telephone, or they were buying Las Alturas, and those were really rich, opulent styles. And then they would buy Taylor Lane, and it would be like, yeah, this isn't the wine that I had. And it's like, well, no, it's a different vineyard, and it's a very different style. So we were like, we gotta change this. Like the vineyard isn't able to produce that like immense, rich style of Pinot Noir that Belglass has, you know, more consistently been known for. And so we kind of just listened to the vineyard and said like, all right, we'll push this to the limit. We'll still extract what Mother Nature gave us to its fullest extent and see what happens, and then just adapt and evolve our processes to match what we think would be best for that wine. And that just is a process you do just by being involved every step of the way, tasting and figuring out, like experimenting. And so it evolved into this totally different style that needed, you know, more time. I mean, we're talking like 2 to 3 years in barrel. Like our Belglass Pinots, like the big rich ones, although it sounds counterintuitive, those only need like 9 to 12 months in barrel. And then you have Taylor Lane being arguably like the lightest Pinot Noir we produce, thriving with like 2 to 3 years of barrel aging.
Yeah.
You're like, this doesn't make any sense. Well, it's a very like angular wine in its youth, so it benefits from, you know, having a little more time to have those elements soften out. And then further, we only bottle it in Magnum so that we can age it before we release it. So like we released our first vintage with this philosophy in Magnum only was 2011. We released that like 2 years ago or something. And then we went through like 6 months ago. We ran out of stock, sold through all that. And then about 6 months ago, we went through and we were tasting through like the next 5 vintages. So it was actually 11 all the way through to 16. And we're like, they're all in bottle. We're like, all right, let's see which one is tasting best. And oddly, it was the 2014 that was tasting the best. So we released the 2014, and we're allowing the 12 and the 13 to sit a little more time in bottle. Like, there's no rules to it. It's just like what tastes best at that moment, what's ready to go. And if nothing's ready to go, we just don't release anything.
And I like what you said about you did it because the vineyard told you to.
And
that's very like farmer spiritual.
I don't
like
mean,
you're
I don't mean to get like all that spiritual
I just,
on it. But like,
you're there with your cowboy hat. You're just like, kind of like meditating in the vineyard.
I'm in
like
Aries.
Listening to,
I'm in Aries.
You are Aries. We already talked about astrological signs, and you're becoming one with it. All right. Well, I don't know. Is it? Could you Taylor
you gotta
Lane?
go to Taylor Lane, Art.
My bad. 1 minute.
Oye, Arturo. ¿Qué pasó, puto?
Yeah.
So
I was
okay, but what I do love about the quilt and what it's like really allowed us to do is like, I mean, yeah, this is all of our old stomping ground, all in Napa Valley.
Yeah.
You know, right? But, so you get to revisit a lot of places.
Yes.
And it's cool. I mean, you go out there, you're out in the vineyards and like checking stuff out.
Yeah.
And so like you probably have some like things and moments and that of time that you go back. Oh yeah, that was fun. That was cool.
Yeah. Were the keggers like in
Yes.
the middle of like the vineyards? Yes.
Yeah, and it was just like a big open. It was like out by a
Yeah.
shop
And we just like
in the middle of the vineyards, and we would
Yeah.
do these fucking pallet burning parties. Those were like real parties.
Yeah, and that was the thing too, where I feel like, you know, growing up here as well is that like, and then you just like every kid, it's like there was so many people connected to wines and stuff like that, you know, with wineries and families and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that. That
kinda
you
gone
just
away,
kind of like,
man.
I know, and that's what I kind of miss because like back then it was like you just roll up and you just bring whatever you could find. I mean,
Yeah.
you were probably just like we were just like chugging wine out of bottles that.
Actually, so I want to talk about the shift
Yeah.
that occurred because I think we were the last generation to like still have the family, multi-generational family community
Yeah.
here in Napa. But first, let's finish off with this conversation about the parties in the vineyards. And I mean, like, yeah, they were all over the place. I mean, but by and large, they were either just like in the hills, or they were out in the very middle of the valley where nobody could see you. But yeah, I mean, I remember just stupid shit happening all the time.
Yeah.
You might be by a pond.
Lake Hennessy.
Lake Hennessy, that was another one.
Oh my gosh, that was it too.
Dude, the St. Helena water supply, Bell Canyon. You remember that? Where they actually come up there and kick us out because we're like rope swinging wasted. Do you ever stop and think
so
like
much-
we actually like this is everything we're saying is like kind of redneck. Is it like
It's kind of country.
yeah, were we like we're all like country boys, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel
Well, I
like you're
don't look
selling
at-
me on this country vibe.
No, but I
just
don't-
keep saying you with
It's-
your cowboy.
it's 'cause
You're
I'm
like,
wearing that.
what's your minute? We are kind of country, aren't we?
No, but it's funny because you
I
think
need a
about. I
hat.
don't think about Napa Valley as being like a country-ish, redneck-ish, but like in reality, if you have grown up here and you live here, like
Yeah.
there's not a lot of trouble to get into. So you got to get into some country fucking trouble. That's I think what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we were surrounded by all these like areas that you could go and kind of hide into, and I mean, all the
yeah.
vineyards and like you said, lakes and yeah.
We raise
Centurion.
pigs, steers, motorcycles, bonfires, any alcohol we can get our hands on, pickup trucks. I mean, like yeah.
Dude, oh my gosh, I didn't really think. Yeah, we
Yeah, I
were
mean,
kind of country.
we should write a country
I
song,
just-
like a Napa Valley
we have
country
a
song.
studio, bro. We could do it.
And dude,
how would you?
and guess who is still keeping that sort of vibe up?
Oh,
The Mexican American culture here.
yeah.
And like, dude, you're in a movie. First of all, I don't know.
Why are we?
Did we?
No.
Okay, I just saw
We're not.
I just saw the movie, so I don't know if y'all know this, but Chris moonlights as an actor. He'd been doing it for a long time. So he's in a movie called Centurion.
Centurion, the Dancing Stallion.
The Dancing Stallion. And it's a tearjerker. I actually cried like 4 or 5 times. I think everybody that was in the theater was crying. He plays a doctor,
Yes.
and I thought you did a really good job, actually.
Hey, thank you.
But it's a story about dancing horses, and in the Mexican culture, it's like that's a very big thing, especially here. Even guys like Poli, he's been on our crew forever, like since the very beginning.
Yeah.
And he is like the jefe of dancing horses, and so those guys all got to see it, and they're like, "What the fuck? Like this? Like our culture's fucking going mainstream, like on an American movie." Like I thought it was
Yeah.
really cool, and it's that culture that's keeping like the little bit of like redneck that's still left in Napa Valley. And another thing about the culture between like our say the American culture and the Mexican American culture. So like I'm going with Poli and a bunch of guys from the Cellar crew. We're driving up to Sacramento in like a minivan. There were like 7 of us in there. And I was like, Poli, all right, you get to choose the music on the way there. I choose on the way back. We listened to, banda and mariachi the whole way there. And I fucking love that music. On the way back, I put on like American country music. He's like, oh, this stuff is bullshit. And I'm like, Poli, they're saying the same shit as every song we listen to on the way here. It's about your breakup, your girl, your dog, your horse, your truck, like whatever. It's like all the same content. And so he's like listening to it. He's like, oh yeah, we are the same. That's like, I thought it was hilarious, but yeah. Anyways, we were going to go back to the vineyards. I got a funny one, okay? So we got this vineyard we call the Doc Palladini Vineyard. We're actually going to start doing like a vineyard designate off of this. It's a like fucking amazing vineyard. One of my favorite vineyards that we have. It's only 15 acres. It's right in like West Side St. Helena. Again, the mean streets of St. Helena. West Side, I claim it. All right, so we ended up purchasing that vineyard in 2015 and replanted it. Like great planting right now. The funny thing was, like, I wasn't planning on buying that vineyard, but I had a girlfriend at 16 years old, and we were just looking for a spot, you know, to bang in. And I happened to have like a blanket in the back of my car, and so we like hike out in the middle of this vineyard, and it's the fucking Doc Palladini vineyard.
the vineyard that now you have.
Yeah, now I have. And like, I'm sure like my wife's gonna be like, "Did you buy that vineyard just because you did it?" Like, no. There's a lot of vineyards that I in. Like, I don't know.
So I just imagine you, because you sometimes like do tours. A lot of people come out, they'll visit you, and like distributors or something. They want to see the vineyards.
Yeah.
They always want to see the vineyards. So I'm like thinking that you're just out there showing the Palladini vineyard. You're like, this is our new vineyard. This is great. Like, we're going some Cabernet here. These are some young vines, and over there, and I fucked over there back in.
Put like a cross in.
So this is like, and you can see where the vineyard is thriving here in this spot.
Okay, Art pulled it up.
Oh,
no!
There it is. Hold on. If you were listening, Taylor Lane. Hold on. We're back here. The key. Oh, my God.
Well, first of all, that's got my
similarity
signature.
to Burgundian
Burgundian winemaker.
Yes. We consulted.
Oh, no. Okay, so no, hold up. So, okay, so this is part of the story, and that is true. He's a Burgundian winemaker that did come out.
Burgundian winemaker to apply some of their traditional old world techniques to make Taylor Lane a traditionally steeped
yet California coastal Pinot Noir coming out of the true Sonoma coast. Okay, I don't see anything else about Burgundy. The key was the similarity of Burgundy. Okay, it's not a Burgundian style. I didn't say that. But Jesus Christ, you guys are really.
Wait.
I'm feeling personally attacked right now, and I'm gonna go through and change all this shit.
Yeah, well, dude, come on, though.
Do you want me to give you his phone number, or do you still have him speed dial?
Whose phone number?
It says.
Well, who's the head of marketing?
Oh, Barry. No, but that is true. So there are similarities.
The similarities to
heat
Burgundy.
summation, and then we did bring in a dude from Burgundy. He just happened to be from Burgundy, but he's a really good winemaker from Burgundy. And so we were like, and he was like hung out for us for like a week, and we ran around. And he had some fucking crazy ideas, dude. I was like, he used to be a monk. Like he lived at a monastery. And then decided to get out of monkism or monkhood or whatever they call it.
Monkism.
And then he started making wine. He still wears his fucking monk shoes every day, like rain or shine, like these like little like sandal slippers, like something like Jesus would wear. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, thank you, Art, for the clarification. I now feel better about myself that I didn't write. It is a Burgundian style wine, which was the point.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, we are all over the board today.
We are all over the board.
Wait,
what? Now we got a picture of Ron Burgundy. That's Burgundian. Is that what you meant? It's like it's a Ron Burgundy style.
It's Ron Burgundy.
It
smells like leather-bound books and.
Hey, dude. I also want to say though, thank you. And first for a little plug, I guess, but I want to say thank you for, doing a presentation of the movie.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We did that the other day.
So nobody that's listening to this knows. So, like, we rented out the local theater and had the whole company come to watch the movie for, like, a private screening.
Yeah.
And it was great. I mean, there was, wine, popcorn, hot dogs, like, shit. They had like really good chocolate there. I don't know if you got chocolate. Dude, they had some really good chocolate.
Yeah, no, dude. Hey, people went ham because you had like the whole theater. It was all opened up, but it was like it was. I don't know who picked up the tab, but I knew it wasn't. Was it you? Because you never go to a movie theater. Think of this out. Like, when you go to a movie theater, you got your like things you're gonna get, stuff like that. Go to a movie theater with an open tab, you'll be like, fuck that. Everyone got popcorn.
Dude,
everyone
everybody got popcorn.
everyone had a bag of popcorn at least. I'm gonna say at least. Like you at least got that. I saw
think,
2
like,
drinks.
I think like
4 drinks.
there were probably like over 100, maybe 150 hot dogs served, and there weren't 100 people there. And then sodas, wine, like candy, everything. I was like, shit, man, this is.
But yeah.
So this is what happens. Open tab at a movie theater is more dangerous than a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
that is true.
Centurion, the Dancing Stallion. I want to say it was an honor to be a part of it. Awesome cast. It's inspired by true story. Heartwarming. The Gamble family, Nancy Gamble and George Gamble. It's local. It's like really showcasing like the Napa Valley, and like you said, like with the Mexican heritage of the dancing horses.
Yeah,
and it's awesome.
Well, I felt like it was like a perfect time for like a true like Mexican American movie. Like they because it was full English, but like you saw all the cues of like the Mexican culture shining through in California, and that's a big part of our culture. And like I think it's kind of like something that's been kind of not disregarded, but just like not focused on enough. Like the Hispanic community is like very much they're quiet, they're very humble about everything. Like they're just not like outlandish.
Yeah.
And so I think that they don't get the respect or like the screen time that they should deserve in many cases. So it was like just great to see like you got this movie, puts it all together. Here you go. That's a fucking awesome picture. That's the Rubio fan club. And the people came out
and they wore these shirts, which I gotta say, first of all, I love it. I mean, the sentiment is amazing. They wore these shirts with my headshot on
Yeah,
it.
that's fucking awesome.
But it's also, I feel it's like thank you, but I feel bad that I was like, I gotta give it to him to wear actual shirts with my face on.
Yeah, but I was kind of like, why didn't I get one?
You wanted one?
Why didn't I? Dude, are you kidding? I'm gonna fucking wear that shit for like
I
your
wish I would have recorded.
60th birthday.
But I think we do have a record.
I got one on order for you, buddy. I got you, buddy. I got you.
I wanted to say too. I played a doctor. I was like, my parents were always hoping I'd become something great. Like a lawyer or a doctor. And here I lived up to their dreams. I finally succeeded for 3 minutes. I was a doctor.
Is that the longest success you've lasted for?
Shut up, dude. But yeah, it was a great experience. And,
No, it was a good
lovely
movie.
Project. Yeah, so please check it out.
Hopefully that thing takes off too.
It's on right now. It's Lionsgate, but it's on Amazon, Comcast, Direct TV, on demand. Yeah, and
Nice.
thank you. And you did do a nice speech, though. You did a speech because I don't think people know this too, but like Joe actually he speaks English and Spanish. We could say that you're fluent in Spanish.
Quasi fluent. I still needed some help. Like I didn't know.
Art was like he was
I
gonna say.
didn't know-
Okay, he gives you a thumbs up.
I didn't know how to say marketing. Like yesterday, that was like where I was like trying to tell like you work in the marketing. You work with marketing in our company.
That's all right. You had all the right slang words for Chris. It was beautiful.
See that? I think that was the most important part.
Yeah. So you did
even
a
know what
speech-
that means?
You did a speech. What?
No, go ahead. You go ahead, finish.
Oh
Your story.
yeah, don't worry, because I know that you did a speech in English, in a nice introduction, but then I felt like the one you did in Spanish got a lot more. There was a lot more laughter and it was very vibrant.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff said.
They were
and
just
I'm
really-
half Mexican,
They were just really
so it
excited.
kind of like comes in and like, once it translates, yeah.
Yeah,
Did
they
you
were-
say this is like that? I've been in other movies, but this is the first movie that I kept my clothes on.
No, I didn't say that. What are you talking about, dude? What?
Dude, let me and Marcel go, man. Let it go.
Do you-
Let it go.
Do you know what I said? It was like vaguely that he's been in a lot of movies, but this is one of the first movies that he actually kept all of his clothes on for. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I referred to you as a very endearing term, puñetero.
Yeah. What's that mean?
For
the English speakers.
I think it was handsome gentleman. Is what.
Art? What does that mean? You're the full Mexican. I'm half Mexican. We all know that. I'm not fluent.
I
in Spanish.
think Art, maybe you should just look it up. And
All right. Everybody heard. I got permission to look this up. Got it.
I know it's endearing. No, it's sweet.
it is endearing. No, it was, but it was great. It was great, and like I think
Hey, thanks,
this,
bro.
yeah, it was fun. Good time.
All right, man. Hey.
All right, so what is next?
Thank you.
While he's looking up puñetero,
Should we jump into horrible bosses? Or I don't.
you want to jump in there already?
I'm looking.
Art's
There's
looking
a lot of interpretations to it.
So yeah, that's one of the things I love about the Spanish language, but especially the Mexican Spanish language, because it's totally different. Like if you go to Spain, they're very like traditional. Like they don't have so much slang. There is so much slang in Mexico. Like living down there, like it was a whole new vocabulary.
Yeah.
So and there's like different. It depends kind of like how you say the word and who you're saying it to and what your relationship with them is, whether it's a good or bad thing. So like
if it's your friend, if it's your phone,
este puñeteros mi amigo, or like be like, tú eres un puñetero.
Oh yeah,
puto, like that kind of shit. Yeah.
Jeez, wow, you got that good. Yeah.
So
you
it's
even lived in Mexico. I mean, you know, you're like legit.
Yeah. And the thing you got to understand is like, when I lived down there, I got called like gringo a lot. Mm-hmm. And at first you're kind of like, that seems kind of racist. And then you're like, and then you're like, no, it's actually just like, they're just like, oh yeah, you got to go talk to the white guy. Like that's what they're saying. It's not like they don't have a second thought about it. Like there's no wokeism down there. It's not like worry about how you approach people and be like, before we start our discussion, can I ask what pronouns you'd be preferring today? Like there's none of that shit, right? So like it's just the real world, and that's it. Puñetero.
Wait, what is this?
Literally bothersome. It means like fucking jack off. Like
Yeah, I didn't want to put that photo up, Joe.
I don't need a photo.
Well, that's all they're giving me online for that word is photos.
The term usually describes a person or object that's causing discomfort or is simply irritating AF.
I think the general consensus is like it would be most closely related to having somebody be like this jack off over here. Like, you know?
I took that as a compliment.
No, oh man, well, you took it in good fun, so yeah.
No, it was good though. Hey, bro, thanks, man.
Bro,
did you get that? Get that.
Oh, I don't want to crush you right now, dude. I would crush you.
You can't crush me, dude. I wasn't sure I could like actually grab your hand that hard because you're back.
So as we're doing the creepy laughs, now we go into horrible bosses.
Wait, hold on a second. Someone's sensitive about your back. Just like, now you know how it feels when I was my eyebrows. Anyways.
It'll come back stronger. Yeah.
Just keep getting those massages.
Man.
Wait, one quick thing about massages, though. I want you to be real. This is like a real moment. Have you ever been at a massage where they were like the happy ending? They try to like do that thing or whatever.
No, but I haven't gone into like the cheaper places. Like I usually get a massage if I'm on like vacation or at like it's like a nice like resort and spa or something like that. Like I haven't gone into like the day spa. I haven't tried that. Like you can get like a membership. I'm sure that I don't even know if those places. What's Massage Envy? I've never been to one of those.
Well, Massage Envy is like, I mean, that's like corporate.
Yeah.
Like
so
massage. I don't think there's.
Yeah,
I don't think that. We're not
so
saying that's where
you're like going straight into like the like.
No, honestly, in all honesty, I never have.
Okay.
And I've always, but it's in. When I've heard people talk about stuff, I'm always just kind of like interested. I'm like, how does that stuff come about, or do you just know the places? Because I've gotten massages at resorts and stuff like that, but then also like I've been to places I guess that weren't like super like fancy.
Yeah.
You know, just like need a massage. But I was like wondering how. I don't know. I just always thought there was how that stuff plays out.
Maybe
like
we should try this.
Is there a code or something? Do they at least give you that warning? Because like because I've always just gone in for a massage just looking to get a massage. But I was like wondering if you went into the wrong place.
Like if you went in for
know?
like a legit massage and then you turned over and they're like,
yeah, they must.
You want the happy ending?
Yeah, they would say something, right? They wouldn't just go for it.
I would imagine they'd probably say something.
Yeah,
I think just like think of it this way: like if you look for places called like White Lotus or something.
Yeah,
like maybe Flower.
Oh, it's in the name.
I think it's in the name. I would
Okay.
imagine that that's where you would probably get that extra service.
But you gotta say massage envy kind of sounds like
Massage-
they tugging just all day. That's, I mean, I'm not saying that they
So,
do.
I'm envious.
But but they're like, we're cheap. And
No, so there's a place, and it's funny because it's actually what the fuck?
oh, dude, what?
Hold up. Okay,
Hold on.
I want to get back to this, but hold. So I want to.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
Okay.
let's finish this first.
All right.
And then we're gonna talk about this shit.
Yeah,
that Art
we
just
are gonna
pulled
talk
up
about this.
called rub maps.
Just for people, yeah. If you're not watching this, Art just like blew our mind right now, bringing up
I don't even know
this
if we should say the
website,
name,
Rub
actually.
Maps, which it looks like where you can find the massage parlors that rub you like the happy ending way.
Okay,
I
hold
didn't
on.
know this
Okay,
existed.
I want to explore this erotic massage near Napa.
Wait, should we?
Look at that. It says it right there. Erotic massage near Napa.
Okay, wait. Were you gonna say? Okay.
No,
what?
I was gonna say that you have a massage parlor like right next to your house,
Yeah.
and I actually asked, Chris. He's the driver. He does like wine
Oh
tours
yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
So we were talking one day, and I don't know if we were picking you up or something or whatever, and like he brought it up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that like he's like I go there." I was like, "Really?" Because I thought it was like a little like
The one by my house.
yeah, it's like
That,
little,
but
like,
see, that's just one of those like it's not like a big resort one, but I think that one's legit. Wait, is it not?
no.
Go ahead.
So it's like it's a little like I guess what would be classified as like an Asian massage parlor,
Yes.
right? Or Asian massage. I don't know what they call it, but so I was like, really? Is it like legit? And he's like, yeah, like they'll like step on me, like they like walk on your back.
Oh
It feels
hell yeah!
amazing.
It's like Thai massage.
And I was like, oh, so it's like actually a legit place for a massage. Like there's no happy endings. Like
Yeah.
same thing. He's like, I've never been offered. And I was like, oh, that. So I'm like, thinking, so is that like the majority or actually like legit? I don't know. But now that we have our attention turned towards rubmaps.com where
Yeah.
fantasy meets reality. Art, would you mind just clicking on? Wait, let's scroll down. Let's find a good name. We have spa, massage, spa.
Wait,
Center.
are we-
I'm pretty sure that's probably legit.
wait, are we blowing up all these spots right now? I don't know if we can actually show this. I mean, it is a website, but
See, there you go. That's like White
I would have
Lotus.
thought
Yeah,
for sure.
they're closed.
But I don't
closed.
think
Maybe go back up to the top and let's see. Can we see like reviews on spa?
Wait, where fantasy? Okay, so this is Rub Mats where fantasy meets reality. What?
And they got a picture of a like attractive Asian girl in lingerie.
And they have ratings? People can leave reviews?
Are these like
Can we
legit?
read? Can we read it? Like, can we read a comment or
Yeah,
review
read the
or-
review. I want to see what this is.
Oh.
We gotta buy a subscription.
Oh, we ain't gonna.
Hey
do
Art,
that
I'm
right
so
now.
sorry, dude, but I'm approving you.
Art, dude, you got the green light. We're buying. Okay, let's just get this right now because it's happening right now. But we're buying a membership to Rub Maps for research. For research.
I did actually think it'd be hilarious
not-
to actually read this shit. All right, we're gonna do this on another episode. Art is
Okay.
getting a membership
Okay,
for
let's see
Rub
that.
Maps.
Okay, we're gonna come.
Dude,
we're gonna come back to this, dude.
I'm gonna come talk to your ass in a little bit.
No, but dude, like we're talking to the director of IT right now, dude. This guy, he can get in the system. He could change it all.
yeah, can
He
you
can
break it?
actually make it seem like accessed it.
Fuck yeah.
Look at him laughing.
Hell
he knows
yeah.
it's
I'm so
doing that. He's gonna just
and
it's all under his
screenshot
name.
all that shit, man. That's
Yeah.
like that would be hilarious.
The
We could like give him a
CFO.
packet. Actually, this would be really funny, just as a prank, like April Fools, but we don't need to do it on April Fools. Like actually have like him framed as like doing like subscribing to all this shit,
Oh my gosh.
and then
Look at
and then going to him being like a fake lawsuit. And he would flip out, but it'd be so priceless to see the look on his face.
And then I could ask him. And then
This can't happen. I just want you to know, be careful what you say, because this can happen.
I'm just saying right now, here we are. We're about to jump into horrible bosses. We just had our MF CEO right here say this is the kind of pranks he wants to do. Is fucking
Dude,
frame the CFO for looking at rubbing tugs. And just like all fucking just. Should we
But
put,
if
like,
you
pictures
can make the
Oh my
prank
God.
like a real prank, like
Dude, could you imagine?
Yeah.
But like, if you just turned on your computer one day, and it was just like all this shit just started popping up. You saw like files on your fucking desk. It's like all moving, like in real time. Art's just like on there.
Yeah.
And then your time to come in, right there at that time, and he just can't.
Yeah, he can't
Figure out.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
Can I just see your? I want to talk to you about something. You
So
just, like,
you're,
come
you're
around
looking
the
at
bend,
sales
you're
numbers,
like,
right?
Yeah.
I just want to like
You just
yeah.
run in.
Like he tackles his screen, fucking
He's
rips
just
it off the
trying
wall.
We can have Chad
He's like
outside recording
trying
the
to
whole
whack
thing.
a mole, all these like pop-ups and shit. Oh my gosh. Okay, stay tuned.
Anyways, let's jump into horrible bosses.
Yeah, let's.
We should talk about pranks in another episode. Are you gonna read this one? You go for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll read it. So first of all, horrible bosses. Send in horrible.bosses@coppercane.com.
Yep.
That's the email. Send us in your stories. We like to read these on the show. We go over them, give our insight, have it laughs, kind of find out what's going on, and and we just kind of give our opinion on it.
All right, shoot it out to me. Let's hear it.
During my stint at a retail shop, I had the misfortune of working under a boss who was nothing short of a complete imbecile. Ooh. Unbeknownst to most, the store served as a mere facade for his true occupation as a loan shark. Witnessing his astounding incompetence was like witnessing a train wreck in slow motion. Here are some remarkable highlights.
I'm excited for this.
One unforgettable incident involved the boss ordering steroids to be delivered to the store. Obviously, or I should say oblivious to the contents, I unexpectedly signed for the package and eagerly opened it, expecting office supplies. To my dismay, I discovered vials of testosterone and oral Dinoball instead.
What is Dino Ball?
Dinoball is like a steroid that you can get prescription from like a doctor.
Okay, but it's like the same
Yeah.
thing as like the injectable shit.
I think it's like in pill form.
Yeah, but I mean
But,
like
yeah.
the same kind of effect.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's what they call it, anabolic.
Yeah, but I think like you could usually prescribe it to like older males who testosterone is like
so, like,
lowering or something.
yeah,
but like you
okay.
could still use it for if you get it illegally.
Art, do you use this stuff?
No comment.
Incredibly, this wasn't the only hazardous situation we encountered. Use sharps, presumably from the boss's steroid. Sharps. I guess that means.
I'm
like
gonna say use
syringes.
use
is what
needles,
It means.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Would often be found scattered around the store. When confronted, he would audaciously claim they were insulin needles due to his alleged diabetes. Despite his steroid usage, the boss never engaged in any form of exercise. Consequently, the steroids he took only seemed to result in him growing breasts rather than gaining any muscle mass.
Dude, does it do that?
Yeah.
Shit, I've never fucked with those. You can grow boobs with steroids.
Dude, that's like one of the, because as the testosterone rises,
Yeah.
also like your estrogen can rise. So like there's,
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of fucked up things that can happen from steroids. Not only like losing hair, but like you
I
can
know you
actually
go, like,
that's where
aggro
they
like
got
crazy,
like the,
and I know your balls
that-
shrivel
the
up.
saying of like man tits.
Okay.
Of like going that because
Cool.
you could actually get like, I think you can get like some kind of like milk ducts in there or
I
something.
just-
I don't. I mean,
I know I paid
just
attention to
heard-
like health class, but I'm just not like a
You
big.
just grow it out.
I'm not Googling that.
I'm not a big like drug guy, but like I mean I smoke weed, but like just sometimes and do weed, but like that's not a drug, and then like alcohol, but like that's it.
He also was sporting a goatee. He attempted to maintain an aura of authority and failed miserably.
Dude, I want a profile on this guy.
I know.
Like, yeah.
Adding to the bizarre ambiance, the boss installed fake security cameras throughout the store, insisting they were genuine. In the act of rebellion, my coworkers and I covered the fake lenses with electrical tape and eventually obscured the cameras. Then the store relocated. Sorry, I'm like trying to. I guess they tried to cover the cameras and then found out that they were fake. Regrettably, I must admit that every employee who ever worked for him partook in stealing a substantial amount of money. Although I'm not proud of my involvement, It was difficult to resist when faced with such lucrative and unsavory individual. In the end, I can only hope that karma catches up with him and he experiences the daily inconvenience of stubbing his toe for the rest of his days. Sorry, there was some... I think I got the most of the story, the gist of it there.
I just, there's a lot more flavor I'd like sprinkled on top of that story, but first of all, it doesn't sound like he's managing his business very well, and he's using it as a front as a loan shark. So, it sounds like he may be involved in like maybe some mafia. I don't know. Sounds like a criminal to me.
Yeah.
And he's using steroids, probably to try and look good for the ladies or the gentlemen.
But it looks like it wasn't really working to his benefit.
Maybe he's got a guy or a girl that likes man tits. I have no idea. I've heard you have to like work out. So I know that there are like guys. The East Bay is like big on this, like the Delta area. You know the Delta.
Yeah.
Like a lot of ski boat or wake boat, that kind of thing, like
yeah.
out in the water. And it's like the diet out there is like cocaine and steroids and alcohol, and it's like a recipe for like really poorly designed tattoos and a lot of brawls. Aggravated assault. No, I'm serious, dude. That happens all the time
that's
out
where
there.
this guy would like fit in.
I'm wondering if this is in Brentwood, California. No, but
if you're out there, can you let us know if this is from Brentwood?
But dude, first of all, like, okay, I'm gonna go on the guy's side for a sec. The guy's a dick. The guy's not watching over his business. The guy's using it as a front, and so he sounds incompetent and just not involved in his business.
Yeah.
And it's not a big business, dude. Retail's not a big business. Like, that's something you can manage. Like, if you own a restaurant, you operate that restaurant. Like, you can manage that restaurant, and you know kind of where all the pennies are going, right?
Yeah.
I get it. Like, you get to a bigger company where you got multiple locations, or it's just a bigger business overall. It's harder to watch that stuff, so you got to, like, put some, like, parameters in place to be able to watch that stuff. Like,
yeah.
We're kind of at that point. We're not big, but, like, we're big enough where you have to have some control in place so that you can, like, you make sure that people are not stealing, because there are bad people everywhere.
Yeah.
But the fact that, like, every fucking employee stole from this guy, like, that's kind of shitty.
I know.
That, like, makes you just think about humanity. Like, dude, you're like batting 1,000 on theft from your boss. Number one, I get it. He might be like a dick and an asshole, but like, that's kind of shitty. Anyways, but
yeah,
if he wasn't so concerned about maybe his man tits or being like okay, this is an interesting point, right? He's obviously not willing to manage his business, like be there all the time, right? So he hires employees. But then when he knows that like something's being skimmed off the top, he puts in, he's cheap too, you can tell, right? Yeah. So then he puts in fake cameras because he doesn't want to actually put in real cameras.
Yeah. Just
to let them know, like, I'm watching you. Don't steal from me anymore. And that's a really odd feeling. Like I don't like.
But why fake cameras?
Because dude, you can buy them for like $10 on Amazon. They're fucking like. If
you would have had real cameras, he could have found them stealing.
But I know, but that's probably going to cost him a couple $1,000s to put the whole system in and shit, right? So instead of that, you just tack something on the ceiling and you're like telling everybody like I'm watching you, which is a shitty thing to do, but it's also pretty fucking funny. Like that he's just that cheap, that he's lazy, he's cheap, and he wants to be in a spot of control, right?
Yeah.
So he is kind of doing these like shitty little moves to look like he's the powerful one and he's watching over everybody.
Yeah.
Basically, it sounds like he is a cocaine steroid junkie that has other things on his mind as priorities. And eventually, that business should fail. And it sounds like it did. So how could he have been a better boss?
Oh.
I mean, an abortion by his mother would probably have been.
Oh my gosh, dude!
I'm just throwing that out there as an option.
I mean, he was a loan shark. Yeah. I mean, I get it. There was some bad things. He got like with the steroid use.
I'm gonna go. I mean,
the heavy steroid use really fucked with him too. Probably made him paranoid. He probably had. I'm
gonna go with a condom or an abortion. One of the two that would have made him a better boss.
And the person But you're also saying, even with all that, they've been stealing? Everybody?
That's
stealing
fucked.
from 'em?
Yeah, that's fucked. There's a lot of fucked up in that story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, I feel bad for the guy. I feel that like he also hired bad people. You know, it just tells you, like, shows you that there's a lot of shitty people out there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good note.
And that's actually a good example of how shitty people attract shitty people. Right there. Right? Shitty people attract shitty people.
Don't say it.
What?
I feel like you're gonna say it.
Population control. What? I don't know.
Psalm.
That wasn't on my mind. All right, well, that does it for leaving on a little bit of a sour note here. That does it for this episode of Go With Your Palate.
Yeah.
Hope to see you all next time.
Until next time. Hey, look forward for it. Stand by for that rub tug list. I don't know what's going on with that.
Rub maps.
Someone's getting set up. Fucking someone's getting set up. It's gonna be great.
Dude, we will have a subscription by the next time we do this.
Hey, let me try that on, dude.
Go for it.
All right. Yeehaw! Peace!